a little rough. So that was pretty good. And then another guy was getting ready to, his wife was getting ready to have their first baby. And the company that I work for, we had really nice handheld radios. And the Yarder had an actual base type system and not just and so he could put his radio on scan, and it had 4 channels, and it would just scan until, you know, somebody keyed up, and then it would go to that channel. So, and our talkie tutors talk. They don't talk very well, but they do talk. So I was on the other side of the lines, and I told him, I said, hey, put your radio on scan. I want to talk to you on another channel. So we devised this story. The Yarder engineer gets on the handheld, and he says, hey, so-and-so, somebody from your family called the office needing to get a hold of you, and they got all excited and then hung up and never said what was going on. Well, immediately he's like, oh my God, my old lady's going into labor, because it was right about that time. Well, and his brother happened to be working for us too and was chasing. And so he's excited. I mean, just, oh God, I'm having a baby. Well, now comes the point, well, I probably should go to town. I don't want to, we've got no phones or anything to try to call. So, and mind you, I've got the other guys in on this by this time, and his brother. Well, his brother happened to have drove up that day and was going to go in early because he was buying a new pickup. And so we told him, we said, well, the boss said that both of you can't leave early, because if we were too short-handed, we wouldn't be able to work. So only one of you can go. So you're going to have to decide which one of you two is going to get to go in early. And like I say, what's that? Copy. So anyways, his brother's like, absolutely not. I'm going to town. And the kid's like, no, man, it's my first kid, you know, da-da-da-da. And his brother's like, I've never had a brand new pickup either, so I'm just excited. So we have this guy so Twitter pated. I got to wrap him at skin line. I got to try to get it out. It's out now, ain't it? Anyway, so we got this kid so upset, he's ready to quit. And so the hook tender tells me, he's like, dude, you've got to tell him that you're just kidding, because he's going to quit and go home. And he's a good hand, and we don't want to lose him. So, and just before this, we tell him, we say, well, Big Daddy, the owner, we call him Big Daddy, he said that since Lance, your brother, won't let you go in early, I'm going to leave a $100 bill in your shoe for you, you know, congratulations. So, and his dad helped a little bit, it didn't help much. So anyways, the boss was like, the hook tender, he's like, you absolutely have to tell this poor bastard. So I tell him. Oh my God, he was mad. I thought he was gonna beat me up, and he was a pretty tough kid. He could have beat me up too. So quitting time comes, and we get up to the landing, and he's going through his stuff and mumbling to himself, and I'm like, what the heck's the matter with you now? And he's like, where's my $100? And I go, what $100? The $100 Big Daddy left me. And I'm like, Adam, we were joking. We told you we were joking. Oh my God, he was so freaking pissed off because that $100 wasn't there. Oh man. He wouldn't talk to nobody all the way home. And then, like, the next day and a half, he'd just set his chokers and then go to the other side lines. He didn't want to talk to nobody. Oh man, it was awesome. That guy was so mad. Geez, other funnier things that I've done so much stuff to people. I had one guy. I wouldn't let people drink beer in a crummy. I didn't drink. You're not supposed to. You can lose your job. But what I would do is I would tell them, you know, we stop at the store. Do you want to have a beer? If you can get it drank before I leave, then you can have a beer. So they'd go in and buy like 2 16-ounce beers and then just slam them. Well, we're in Eugene and we're logging clear down out of Riddle, which is it's a little over a 2-hour drive, you know, 70, 80 mile an hour. So this guy, he slams his 2 beers real quick and he jumps in the crummy and he's like, oh man, I should have went to the bathroom. Well, I wouldn't stop. And about halfway, he's like, you absolutely have to stop. And so another guy's like, yeah, just pull into a store and that way I'll have another beer. So we pull into the store, this guy goes in, they don't have a bathroom. This other guy, he gets 2 more beers and chugs them, comes out, and I'm like, jump in. So I ended up, by the time we got to Eugene, to the crummy stop, this guy had to go to the bathroom so bad and hurt so much that he could not walk over to the bathroom. He was literally crawling across the parking lot. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to get to the bathroom. And I go, it's like 7:30 at night. It's pitch dark. There's nobody around here. Just go to the bathroom. Well, to back the story up a little bit, about 3/4 of the way home, I told him, I handed him a Mountain Dew bottle, and I was like, go to the bathroom. And he gets all Twitter pated, and he's like, I can't go. I got stage fright. And I'm like, oh my God, really? I had the dome light on. He's like, you got to turn the light off. And I go, no, because I don't want you pissing all over my seat. Please, please. So he gets on his knees, and he's backwards in the seat, mind you, because he's a grown man, and he doesn't want anybody else to see his willy. And so just about the time, you know, when you really got to go, you know when a guy is starting to go because of his body function. And just about the time you see that release, I flip the light on and then me and the other guy up front, we go, what are you doing back there? So he couldn't go. He's like, I can't go, I'm not even going to try. So anyways, here he is in an Albertsons parking lot on his hands and knees trying to go to the bathroom. And if you've ever had to wait a long, long time and then you get to go, you know how hard it is. So it's taking him forever. Well, he actually rode about another 15 miles with me to where I parked the crummy out at the shop. And so I'm like, we gotta go.
There, Alex, and he just looks like he's talking to himself the whole day.
I am talking to myself.
Especially when he's got a hand in the air or something. Yeah, it does make you laugh.
These guys are picking on me because I'm making videos. Anyway, so a cop pulls up. Hey, I'm making videos, dang it. Anyways,
it's all the better for us. Just something to giggle about.
Anyway, so a cop pulls up right about the time this guy starts to trickle. But now it's too late. He can't stop. He's in so much pain.
The thing that makes it really funny is I'm used to watching people driving down the road talking on their Bluetooth, and I still think they're talking to themselves. And I look over and I'm like, oh, he's talking on his Bluetooth. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, he's not.
Anyway, so the cop tells him, he's like, you better stop what you're doing right now. And so he ended up getting a $97 indecent exposure ticket because he couldn't stop because he had to pee so bad. And I'm over there just going, I told him that's just absolutely disgusting and I can't believe you do that. I just ought to leave you here, and just played it up horribly. And that's part of the reason he got the ticket too. The cop was not very happy with him at all.